Welcome to the top 10 comic book covers for new comic books that are getting ready to be released on October 30th, 2024. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you love daily comic book content and you also like me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, guys, why don't you consider hitting that subscribe button? Alright guys, so of course this is the video series where I show you 10 of my favorite main covers and you get to vote. And I also am going to show you 5 variant covers that I also enjoyed and you can vote on that as well. And with that being said, let's get started with this week's episode. So the first comic book cover we're going to be talking about today and coming in at number 10 is Spawn. This is issue 358. This one is done by Z. Carlos, so maybe a different artist than usual on Spawn, but this is a kind of cool cover as you get to see him up close and personal holding like a sword. He has some chains and it looks like he's just coming out of the light ever so slightly, maybe to strike his foe. Spawn covers are always pretty good. However, this is a weaker cover out of the main covers this week. But you never know. There's fans no matter what. They just always love Spawn comic book covers. So if this one is your favorite, make sure you vote. Remember, guys, if you're voting, be descriptive. Main cover, this. Variant cover, this. And then this way, I know what you guys are voting for because I don't want to shaft you out of some votes, right? Okay, so I screwed up, but too bad, so sad. Coming in at number 9 is Conan the Barbarian, issue 16. This book actually came out on the 23rd. It's not the 30th. So whenever I do these videos and I make notes on what covers I'm going to pick, I kind of pick them in advance and I forgot to click on the week ahead, so I wasn't paying attention to the date. But who gives a crap anyway? So we got Conan the Barbarian, issue 16. This is a pretty nice looking cover as we have Colleen Doran who does the artwork on this one. This is just some like real fantasy-like but brutal comic book cover here as we get to see Conan, who is, I don't know, battling some kind of weird woman. I don't even know what it is, but it's kind of cool because he's like on his knees and she's like seducing him or whatever it is, and it looks like he just got done fighting a whole bunch of like bad guys or soldiers because you get to see the blood trailing and everything. It's just a cool drawing, you know, so I really enjoyed it. I didn't even pay attention to the date, so yeah, who cares, even if it's on the 23rd. If you still like it, please vote for it. Grabbing that 8th spot goes to Lilith. This is issue 2 done by Vault Comics. The artist on this comic book is done by Corin Howell. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. Everything from like the colors, how it draws you in with the red, white, and black, and the border on the side. You even get to see the character on the top side as well. You get to see the little skeletons all over the place, and then you get to see like Lilith herself as she's just sitting there, and she's kind of like this, like, you know, hellish human type of creature. She's kind of seductive. She is a model in the comic book, and we get to see her wings and we get to see like her long fangs and her fingernails and the blood coming from her. Just a nice looking cover overall. Again, I think it's the colors that really draw the reader to the comic book. So yeah, the book is not bad either. So if you love this cover, make sure you vote for it. Coming in at number 7, we have Kill All Immortals. This is issue 4. Cover art done by Oliver Barrett. This is a cool cover as you get to see one of like the Viking gods, right, with a bloody sword in his hand. He's got his hand in his pocket. He's got this nice like suit on and he's walking away from, I don't know, some murders that he just committed using that sword. And you get to see like all the blood trailing from behind him and he's walking away from this like super yacht. It's pretty cool looking cover, man. It's not something you would see every day, right? Yeah, I guess he's not afraid of being arrested or caught by the police. I guess, you know, at the end of the day, he would just kill them too, right? So cool looking cover. If you guys like it, you know what you got to do? That's right. You got to vote for it. Coming in at number 6, and it seems like every time I do a comic book cover of the week, this book is on it. This is Multiverses Collision Detected. This is issue 4. This cover is done by Dan Mora. So he does a great job with these covers, right? We had that Action Comics one, right? And then you had one just recently. Now you got this one where you have Bugs Bunny as Batman, you got Shaggy as like Clark Kent, Superman, not Martian Manhunter. Who is that? The Martian, Marvin the Martian. That's who it is. Tasmanian Devil as Robin here. You got Steven Universe. It's just awesome because there's so many great characters to look at here, and absolutely a lot of fun. So if you love this comic book cover, yes, guys, go ahead and vote for it. I never thought I would see Bugs Bunny as Batman. Top 5, getting ever closer to number 1. We have Absolute Batman, issue 1, the second printing, done by Nick Dragotta. So this comic book cover is pretty awesome. I don't know if I like this one better or the original one better, but here we get to see, obviously, a dominant Batman here with that huge ass body that he has and this teeny tiny little head. I love the over exaggerated ears. Obviously, we know what the ears do because we all read issue 1 at this point, and we get to see his battle axe at hand, and you get to see spikes all over the place. You get to see Gotham City in the background as well. It's just a great looking cover. I think the Absolute Batman character is just very menacing, and when you talk about striking fear into your enemies, yeah, this Batman will definitely do it for sure. Coming in at number 4, we have It Happened on Hyde Street, Devour, issue 1, main cover done by Ivan Reis, or Reese. However, which one it is, I don't know. But anyway, it's a great looking cover as we have like this instructor, right? Or I should say instructor, who's sitting there and selling you this like protein powder or weight loss supplement called Devour. So it looks like it might devour your insides, because when you look at this creepy ass woman, right, you can't help but look at that flippin' smile and those evil eyes, and you gotta love the detail that like goes into her hair, like how it's kind of coming over her headband, and she's got like the logo on the headband as well. There's a lot of detail into this cover that you might overlook if you don't pay attention to it. She's got her wedding ring on, and it's sparkling and stuff like that. And just even the stuff that it says on the label, and it just says get thin or die trying. So it's just a great looking cover. Top 3, coming in at number 3, we have Feral issue 7. This comic book cover is done by Tony Fleece. That's right, guys. So I love this comic book cover. So when I'm looking at it, right, it focuses in on the rat, and the rat has rabies here, and he's like foaming from the freaking mouth. He's got his red eyeballs, so you know, like he's all infected and everything. And then you get to see the cat in the background, like he's all blurred out. And what is he looking for? Is he looking for food? Is he looking for something to eat? And he doesn't realize that this rat has rabies, and then if he eats it, he's going to get infected. I think that's what this cover is showing you, right? That even like the smallest animals can still have this disease, and this is how this disease spreads. So I really like this kind of point of view, different cover, and the story overall is absolutely great. Coming in at number 2, I think you guys are going to really like this one. This one goes to The Savage Sword of Conan. This is issue 5. Wow, what a great looking cover here. This one is done by the great Joe Jesko. I thought this one was phenomenal, as we wind up getting to see our characters trapped in some kind of, I don't know if that's a dinosaur or a fantasy-like dinosaur, but the dinosaur is about to freaking eat these characters up, right? I don't think that's Conan there. I could be wrong. He looks like he's wearing different clothes, and you got this chick that's in the dinosaur's mouth as well, and he is literally like trying to keep it from closing down on him or they're gonna be lunch, right? I mean, freaking awesome. The detail is phenomenal. Look at the muscle definition, the facial expression on the dinosaur itself. Look at the girl's facial expression. She's like, oh my God. And you can't just jump out, because if you jump out, it's too high. You're gonna die, right? So really great looking cover. So you know what to do if you want to see it win. And my number one comic book cover for October 30th winds up going to Captain America issue 14. This main cover is done by Alex Ross. Like, what a great freaking cover, man. It's so nice. In a lot of other comic books, this would probably be a variant cover, right? But here you get three main characters in the Marvel Universe. You have Captain America, Thor, and Spider-Man. And they're in just like very traditional like poses. Like, look at how prominent, how dominant, like Captain America, how confident he actually is on that cover. Look at the glistening off of his shield, you know, the wrinkles that goes into his costume, that facial expression, right? Like, he's not going to take any shit from anybody. And then Thor, I mean, he just looks angry standing there. He's holding his hammer. He's got the top of the hammer in his other hand. He's got freaking lightning all around him. It's coming from his freaking eyeballs and shit. And then you got Spider-Man there hanging upside down, right? Just waving to the audience going, hey guys, I'm here too. Even though you got these two great heroes, right? Like, that's what I get out of this cover when I actually look at it. So it's an absolutely beautiful cover. And if you want to see it win, of course, you have to vote. The more votes, the better. That's what makes this series so much fun. So now we're entering the variant zone. That's right, guys. This is the section of the show where I selected 5 variant comic book covers in no particular order, and you guys can vote on your favorite variant cover. So the first one we're going to talk about, I had to put it in this week's show, is the Amazing Spider-Man. This is issue 60. This is that Adam Hughes variant. This is freaking classic. I love how Felicia is the dominant character in this comic book cover. And Jackpot's like, hey, they can't even see me back here. And Black Cat's just like, you're welcome. I love it because fucking Jackpot sucks. So we're going to cast her out and we're going to showcase Felicia right here. I freaking love that. And then you get to see Spider-Man kind of peeking over the ledge and he's got his spider sense going. And there could be a fight between the two. I thought that was a great flippin' cover. Adam Hughes' artwork is gorgeous for this one. And Felicia looks like $1 million. So absolutely great. If you want to see this one win, make sure you vote. Okay, the next book we're going to be talking about is another screw up. It was Conan that came out this particular comic book week. So like I said, in the main cover one, you can vote on it even though it's off a week. And this is Conan the Barbarian. This is issue 16, the cover B. This is Mr. Werewolf variant. This is a flipping great comic book cover. Like, you get to see Conan with his back turned to you. He's trying to rescue this pretty nice looking redhead girl, and he's going to fight these very menacing bear-like creatures here, right? And these things are so tall, like they go up to the title, right? Are these guys actually in this book, or is this just a fancy cover? Let me know in the comments below. But the detail that goes into these bear-like creatures is phenomenal. I absolutely love the muscle definition on Conan as well. He's big, he's beefy, he's ready for the fight. He's ready to try to take back this girl. Great looking stuff. Vote for it if you like it. The next one we're going to talk about is Wolverine Revenge Red Band Edition. This is issue 3. This is Unknown Comics, a Comic Traders, and a Sleeping Giant Kari Andrews connecting variant. So you can't get this everywhere. But I wanted to showcase Kari Andrews' artwork with all these different X-Men characters on here. Again, it's a connecting variant, so you're not seeing everything, but the prominent character here is obviously Magneto, and then you get to see Dazzler, and you want to see Wolverine and Nightcrawler, and you get to see everybody else. Great facial expressions, great colors. I absolutely love it. I think Kari Andrews needs to do interior artwork on some type of book, whether it's Spider-Man or X-Men or something like that. I think he's got some pretty badass artwork. All right, the next one we're going to talk about is Batman, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, issue 2. This cover is done by J. Scott Campbell. So this is a nice cover. I don't think he does too many DC variants. So when I saw this one, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, he does them, but you don't see him as often, I think, in, like I said, DC than as in Marvel or something like that. But this is a nice looking cover as you get to see Batman here, and he's holding like a pumpkin, right? That has the bat on it, but it looks like a mouth at the same time. And then it's cool because you get to see him draw Poison Ivy on here, and she's got all pumpkins all around her. She's got that leafy hair that's kind of a little bit over exaggerated. You got bats flying around. Pretty cool looking cover. Great cover for Halloween. So vote for it if you like it. And then our last one that we're going to talk about, and remember, we're not done, guys, after this, as we still got to give the results from last week. And the last one we're talking about here is Action Comics 1073, cover C, Ibrahim Mustafa cardstock variant. So I like when Superman is surrounded by overwhelming odds, like big, gigantic, galactic-like creatures, right? Because he is all powerful. He is a god. So when you see him, as small as he is, fighting against huge like creatures, I like that stuff. And you get to see that in the cover. So you see him and you only see the face of the monster. And it's just like, all right, here we go. Superman getting ready to fight this creature. Is he going to win? Is he going to lose? How long is it going to take? And then I could see this becoming like, if you were to zoom away, then you can actually see the creature in its full size if it was like a cartoon or maybe another panel in the comic book or whatever. So it leaves the creature very mysterious at the same time. So pretty cool stuff. If you guys want to see it win, make sure you vote. So here we go. We got the results from last week, and we start off with the variant winner first because the show is mainly focused on the main covers. But the variant cover that won last week was Absolute Wonder Woman issue 1, the Midtown Comics Dan Passonian connecting variant. This was great. A lot of you guys actually love this cover because of the big freaking huge ass sword that Wonder Woman carries, right? And a lot of you guys said it reminded you of Cloud's sword from Final Fantasy. And the most hilarious thing is my son is playing Final Fantasy right now as we speak. It's hilarious. So I just thought that she looks great. I love her pose and I love this sword. And that's what really makes the character for me. So that's why I selected the cover, and I think that's why you guys also selected cover, because overall it's awesome. All right, and then the main cover that won this particular week, I was very happy about this one. You guys agreed with me here. We got Rook Exodus. This is issue 6, Jason Fabok main cover, as we get to see Rook versus Ursa. This book actually came out this week. I still have to read it. So looking forward to it. But this cover tells a story. And that's what you want on your comic book covers. Poses and sexy covers, you know, are all great, but it's always best when a comic book cover tells a story, right? So congratulations to the 2 winners. And there you guys have it. There are the top 10 comic book covers for October 30th, 2024, and your variants. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, it's your turn to vote in the comment section below. If you love the content, always more content right here for you to click on and watch. And as always, guys, remember, support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always read your comics so you can have great comic conversation. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.